What's going on once again, everyone? MonkeyDude22 here for another Nickelodeon Studios 2.0 Minecraft build update. Yes, that's right. This is the day number 2, or at least this is right after the stream just took place. And here I am giving you the digest version so you don't have to sift through 3 hours of video to see what all is new. So here we go. When you first start into the realm now, we have a little bit of a hub world where it kind of just basically takes you to the different areas. So we got Nickelodeon Studios here and Nickelodeon Cinemas. And before we start that, I'll just direct you to the board real quick where it says, Welcome to Nickelodeon World, established June 17th, 2018. Built by MonkeyDude22 and Mr. No One 338. Mr. No One's been building a couple of different things, and he's basically been working on the cinemas as well as a new amphitheater. So let's go ahead and fly over real quick to the cinemas, take a look at what he's been up to, and then we'll head on over to the actual studios here. And here we go. All right, so we got bridges that lead now to the different areas here. As you can see, the giant Nick sign here, and that is the new Nick Theaters that he's working on. Now, I know this is not 100% finished yet. He's still doing some modifications, still building out what's going on, but you got a little bit of a board here that kind of gives you some infos, a couple of the different movies that are now showing at Nick Cinemas. We got Despicable Me 3 and The Incredibles 2. And, of course, here's the box office, so this is where you're going to be picking up your movie tickets, as the case may be, and heading in the door. Of course, this is just kind of good for role play. It's pretty much what it's going to be set for. Nick Arcade, of course, every movie theater has an arcade, and so why not have one here as well? So I know this is the most latest edition he's been working on, so there's really nothing in here yet, but I thought I'd show it to you guys anyway. Alright, as we head back over here to the concession area, you can see that we've got some popcorn for sale, large popcorn, medium, small. You got a couple of fountain drinks here, and we've even got some candies over here. We got choices, some M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, a couple other different things there. And as we turn to our right, we've got the Coke Freestyle machines, because everybody has to have some soda, right? Why not have a freestyle? Butter straws, napkins, and Cinema 1 entrance right here. Despicable Me. Let's take a look and see what we got going on. And here we go inside the theater. We got stadium seating, of course, and a giant screen for you to watch all of your movie goodness. So yeah, that's what we got going on here. Let's go ahead and take back to the concession area. Head back, rather. And we'll take a look at the second floor and see what we got going on up here. Alright, so up on the second floor is not a whole lot to speak of just yet. Again, it's still a build in progress, but here we have the Nickelodeon Game Lab. And I believe he's going to do some different games in here. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm sure he'll respond in the comments with letting you know what's up here at the Nick Cinemas. I think it's supposed to be a carbon copy, or at least a semi-close copy of the Game Labs that was actually in the Nickelodeon Studios. So I'm imagining some different games are happening there. Cinema 2, we have The Incredibles 2. Oh, there's another sign over here. Yep, just letting us know Cinema 2. Alright. So as we head down into the walkway, you're greeted by another giant screen here. And this is like an IMAX screen almost, super big. And stadium seating as well, so every seat's a good seat in the house. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back in to the concession area out the door, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the new studios, or at least the refreshed studios that has been working on after the build today. Alright, so I'm going to fly back over to the hub. And we'll go ahead and take a walk over through the forest to the next area. And if you guys are interested to see the streams, I'll have it, of course, linked in the description. It'll be in the end cards as well, so you can see the full stream. Like I said, it was about 3 hours long, so this is kind of just going like an overview of what was actually done. But if you want to see the entire build take place, you're more than welcome to take a look at that. And as we turn the corner, we can already see we've got a Splat logo up there on the front of the building, and a little bit of other stuff going on. So this is a little entryway that was done by Mr. No One. Nice little entryway. I'm not sure if it's going to stay here or not, for the simple fact that I don't know if the entrance is going to be over here just yet. Because in Universal Studios, it was usually over to the right. And we'll get over to that in just a second. But yeah, here we are. You can see the new Splat logo that we've got going on here. Painstakingly done in the banners. Not really happy with that D or that K, but you know, it's a work in progress. I think it looks pretty good. As we can see over here on the stairs, some adjustments were made. When you go up the stairs now, instead of just going right through this little window-ish area here, you basically walk around to the side, because that's how it was in real life. That was one thing that the first build didn't have. I didn't have it going around to the side. I did a lot more research before this last stream, so I knew exactly what I was going to do when I wanted to make some changes, and that was one of the changes we made. Next we have the restrooms, and we can come over here, and this is not actually built out at all yet, but the basic structure is here. So as you can see, we have a giant box here where we can put some stalls, and of course you're going to have the green slime tiles on the floor as well, just like they are and still in real life. And as we take a walk out to the right, we can now see that this is now bordered off. In real life, you can't actually go over to the studio on the other side. This is actually only for production staff, crew, Universal Studios, the things of that nature. So this is going to be boarded off. It will actually have an entrance for staff and stuff like that. So I will have a little entrance, but the majority of it is actually walled off. So that's how it is in real life. This spot over here with all the torches, this is a new area that I'm going to be adding called the Hall of Fame, or at least it's tentative, as well as a Nickelodeon History Museum. And of course the history is more along the lines going to be the history of this build that I've been doing, and also the 1.0 studios that I did. As far as the Hall of Fame, that's going to really tell the tale of all the people that actually were on all the different game shows, episodes that I did. And this is going to be their place to be recognized for all that stuff. So that's kind of what this building is going to eventually be. Right now it's just kind of partitioned off, so that way I kind of know what the layout is going to be, so I can kind of do that stuff. Oh, I'll show you this real quick. So I have a couple different signs set up for photo prop stands. Now, if you actually went to the studios in real life, there's a bunch of different places that you could stand and get your picture taken. There was a Double Dare thing, there was a slime van, and basically I'm just kind of setting myself up to put some different things out here. Again, another thing that's just kind of continuing the layout. But there is one thing that's done, and that is the Nick at Night taxi. That's right, now we have the Nick at Night taxi that exists at Universal. No longer there, of course, but we do have a taxi cab here. And, you know, got some stuff here that you can kind of reminisce about, so it's pretty cool. One thing I'm not a fan of with the banners is if you go further away, they kind of, as you can see, the text, they go out of range and they kind of stop. I'm not a big fan of that, so might have to look into some other options, but we'll see. Over here, we now have the queue line. This is the studio tour entrance. Of course, I just have the big letters for Nick. And as we go down, we have the studio line tour, and we have the wheelchair entrance. So the wheelchair entrance is just a wider path that leads you straight to the front door. And the studio tour line is basically a queue line. You go back and forth. But I've got some fans up here. I've got some lights, some supports, some different stuff like that. So this is a lot more detailed and a lot more in-depth than my 1.0 build. But yeah, that's what we got going on right now here at the queue line. So pretty well done, I think, so far. I don't think there's really a whole lot else that I really need to do, aside from just maybe make it a little bit more detailed. But as you can see, it'll lead you right into the studios where there's nothing at currently. But it is ready to be built upon, and I'm definitely going to be starting that probably next week. On the next stream, I'm going to kind of set up the interiors, the tours, and stuff like that. Kind of get that started, so that way I can get the layout built. Because the other thing you will notice, and I'll fly up here. Apologize for those that get motion sickness. I'm going to kind of go a little bit slower here. Alright, so as you can see here on the building itself, there is no roof, there is no accents, there is no colors, there is no studio labels, nothing like that yet. And this is because I want to make sure that I have enough space set up for the actual studio tour. I want to have that laid out first before I finish this off, just in case I need to make some adjustments. So that's why I haven't started working on that just yet. But that's pretty much it as far as what's going on right here with the studio line. And the only other thing that I can think of right now to show you guys is just this right here. This is the tentative location for the Nickelodeon gift shop. So that's right here. There was a store, and then there was a gift shop that's right over here. Kind of playing around with a couple of different layouts. I really haven't confirmed anything yet, but that's just kind of what my thoughts are right now. And over here, I can show you this. I've got a little bit of a roadway pathed out because if you remember Universal, there was a Nickelodeon Way, and that was the way to get to the studio that had a bunch of different banners and things like that. So that's kind of what this is going to be. It's going to be a little bit of a pathway. I'm just not sure if I like the ground textures or anything like that. So that's why it's tentative right now. I'm going to be kind of working on that a little bit later. But again, just getting the layout set up and stuff like that. Okay, over here, this is something that's going to be changed, but right now, as you can see, there is a little bit of a walkway and a bridge here. This is the Nickelodeon Amphitheater. This is another thing by Mr. No One, and as you can see, upcoming events, there is Millionaire Live, hosted by the Gatekeeper, and he's going to be bringing the hot seat on the road in the special version of Millionaire, and you can win up to £100 in this exciting, nerve-wracking game show. So this is kind of what's going on right here. The bridge right now, of course, this is all still being built, so this is very, very, very early build, so take that for what it is right now. Of course, here's the floor level queue line. We'll just go ahead and skip the lines and hop over so you can see what's going on actually. So it's kind of an outdoor amphitheater. You have some floor level seating, some stadium seating right now, and you've got a little bit of a stage set up right here, so that way you can kind of take a look and see what's going on here. Now this is all going to be set up for different shows and stuff like that. Gatekeeper, if you remember in my Minecraft Guts, he was in the 3rd episode. He was also in the pilot episode, so he's going to be doing some live shows here, so that'll be kind of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the update. Not a whole lot else is done. I mean, I can show you this. This is the new bridge that I have set up right now to lead over to the amphitheater. The reason I built this bridge is probably going to get rid of the other one is just because there's going to be more room to make a better entrance for the amphitheater as opposed to just being so close up to the waterfront here. So that's going to be something that'll change. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is right now. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for things that you might like to see in the Nick Studios build, please let me know. During the live stream, a couple of great ideas were brought up. One person brought up the idea of doing Good Burger. And if you remember from the show All That and then eventually the movie, there was a Good Burger restaurant, and you can, go in and get a burger and good fries and a good shake and all that kind of stuff. So that is something I'm definitely going to be building. I don't know if it's going to be right here on this plot, but I'm thinking about doing something right over here in this area as well as another sound stage. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about that for right now. Another idea was to do Bikini Bottom, and of course that'd be SpongeBob SquarePants. Of course, since this is a natural build, it's not a flat world like the other one was. There is a lot more water, so there's going to be a lot more ocean basins and stuff like that. I could absolutely do that, and I do plan to do that at some point. It's probably not going to happen right away. But that is a great, fantastic idea and something I will definitely do in the future. But yeah, if you have any other ideas, comments about the build, questions, maybe about how I built something like that, or suggestions, please let me know in the comments section. Or feel free to subscribe to the channel and tune in when I do the next live stream. The next live stream is scheduled for the 1st of July. That's next Sunday. And at the same time, it's going to be 12 noon Pacific. 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. So would love to have you guys come out for that. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for day 2 of the Nickelodeon Studios 2.0 live stream Minecraft build. I'm MonkeyDude22. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.